That's the small story. I found a child one time.
No.
Alive, not in a dumpster, alive. 4th of July, 5 years ago, I'm with the girls, we're in a parade, no shirt, backpack full of beer, I'm wasted, I'm a good dad. Now, little boy, kindergarten age, is walking upstream, freaking out, crying. I drop to a knee, I said, buddy, what's going on? He goes, I lost my family. Boom, I hear the word lost, my dick gets hard. For the right reason. I said, buddy, my name's BERT, KREISCHER, I find lost things. My girls are next to me going, he does. I said, buddy, is your mom here? And he goes, I don't know. I said, what's your mom's name? He goes, I don't know. Isla hits me and goes, keep it moving, big guy. I said, what? She goes, he's a gypsy. Keep walking. I go, he's not a... She goes, Dad, this is how they pick your pockets. I saw it on TikTok. Let's go. I was like, you're off TikTok. Lean down. I go, buddy, is your dad here? And he goes, I don't know. I said, what's your dad's name? He goes, I don't know. Now I'm like, okay, we might have a gypsy. Georgia, the smartest of the three of us, looks at us and says, both of you stop. She goes, buddy, my name's Georgia. What's your name? And you see him settle a little bit. He goes, Nathan? She goes, Nathan, this is my daddy. People call him BERT. What do people call your daddy when they see him? And he's still panicked, but he's settled. He goes, I don't know. David? Baby Michael? Georgia's like, all right, I think we have a gypsy. So we grab this boy. Girls hold his hands. I'm behind him, loud as fuck. We walk upstream in the parade, and I'm just going, we found a boy! Brand new baby boy! Anyone lose a Nathan? I remember this one mom going, what are you doing with that child? I'm like, oh, his Tinder's down. I'm trying to get him laid. Go fuck yourself! Nosy whore. Anyway, finally this dad recognizes Nathan. Their kids are in the same class. So I go up to the dad, I go, yo, he lost his family, I'm losing my buzz, can you skinny this up for me? He goes, his family's at the party next door, they're in the front yard. I go, cool, Nathan, you stay with my girls, boom, I'm coming back with your family. I go to the party next door, excited, it's packed. I kill a beer out of my backpack, put it in their mailbox.
Yep.
I go, I found a boy. His name's Nathan. Anyone lose a Nathan? Nothing. All of a sudden I hear Isla's little squeaky voice. She goes, is there a David? Maybe a Michael here? I said, what the fuck are you doing? She goes, getting rid of that gypsy, Dad. This dad 10 feet from me goes, my name's David. I said, you have a son? He said, yeah. I said, is his name Nathan? He goes, yeah, as a matter of fact, it is. Isla steps forward and goes, did you think this was a magic trick? He goes, Nathan doesn't get lost. I go, well, I found one. Want to lay some eyes on this piece of shit, see if it's yours? He goes, I guess. And we start walking. I go, Nathan! And the second I yell Nathan, a dad comes sprinting out of the backyard. This father has lost his child. He's like, did someone say they found a Nathan? And I said, I did. And he goes, my name's Michael. I'm like, thank God. I go, David, you can go fuck yourself. I found his dad. And David gets irate. He goes, son of a bitch! God damn it, Michael, have you been drinking? He goes, I had one drink, David. He goes, you were supposed to be watching Nathan. I'm like,
oh, no.
Okay.
how did I not solve this Scooby-Doo mystery? Isla's next to me going, is he a gypsy? I'm like, shut your fucking mouth. She watches them fight for 2 more seconds. It hits her like a tsunami. She goes, oh! Georgia, we found out why I don't know his mom's name. I told that story to 2 people the day it happened. The day, first person, Joey Diaz. Best reaction I've ever gotten.
No.
The best.
No.
I see Joey in a park full of liberal parents in LA. I tell him the story. When I say, Michael, have you been drinking? Loud as fuck, he goes, they're fucking gay! Second person I tell, my wife, Leanne. And when I say David, maybe Michael, at the beginning of the story, she looks at me and goes, oh, his daddy's a Sugarfoot?
They knew.
I said, no, they didn't have diabetes, Leanne. She goes, no, honey, a sugarfoot. That's what we call it in the South when you use gay. He's just a little bit of a sugarfoot. It's the polite way of saying gay. It's like, oh, thanks, Paula Dean. What other candy-coated hate slurs do you have? She's a good person. She really is. I'm not saying I'm a good person. Like, I laugh at horrible shit. Like, the more you're not supposed to laugh, that's my thing. Like, I can't help it. And if it pisses Leanne off, oh, I'm gone. We took a flight one time, Miami to LAX, right? Check in Miami, go up to the front counter, drop off our bags, and I say to the lady right before I go, hey, do you have any upgrades for a first class? And she goes, I have one. I was like, cool, I'll take it.
Oh my God.
She goes, what about your wife? I said, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you said you only had one. She goes, you're not gonna give it to your wife? And I went, absolutely not. I said, I'd like to drink on planes. She's like a Mennonite, she's gonna raw dog this flight. She'll stare at a wall for 6 hours. I like to get down. And then Leanne goes, what about me? What about chivalry? I go, baby, chivalry was created before upgrades. It doesn't count. Leanne was pissed the whole time at the airport, livid. And then we get on the plane. She stops at my seat. She goes, come on now. I went, no, you're in steerage. Keep walking. Yeah, no, have fun dancing with Leo and the Italian kid at the bottom of the boat.
Yes.
Looks like fun. You'll have a blast. She goes 3 rows behind me in bulkhead. I'm in first class. Get my drink, double jack on the rocks, lots of rocks. Take my first sip. Oh. And then I hear, very loud, I hear, everyone freezes. I text Leanne, I go, was that you? Leanne writes back, no, asshole. There is a special needs woman on our flight.
Oh.
I said, what does that mean? She writes back, well, I think you just heard it. She has a fear of flying, and it's bringing out some nervous tics, one of which is squealing like an elephant. I said, what's the other one? She goes, well, she's flailing pretty violently. I write back,
Oh no.
is she hot? No reply, not even a bubble. Then I write back, where is she sitting? And she writes back, your seat, asshole.
Oh.
All right, this is when the laugh started. I could not hold it in. I am dying laughing because I'm listening to this energy behind me, 3 rows of. And anytime anyone walks into coach, they all have the same reaction. They're like, dear God. So before the flight takes off, I go up to the flight attendant. I do the right thing. I said, hey, my wife is sitting next to that special needs woman. And even the flight attendant's like, holy shit. I said, well, I'm gonna switch with her. She goes, oh, you are a good man. I was like, I know. I said, here's the deal though. I need to drink on this plane. My wife, she's gonna sit in first class. She's a square. She won't touch any alcohol. But if you can load me up with alcohol, I'll be cool. Look, I have a fear of flying. We'll probably connect. So you keep me drinking and we'll be straight for the whole flight. She says this to me, and if you drink on a plane, you know how precious this statement is. She looks around and she goes, kill your drink. I'll make you a fresh one.
Hell yeah.
I murder my drink. She makes me a fresh one. Then she gives me 2 baby bottles of Jack's, puts them in my pocket, and goes, that'll get you to cruising altitude. I'll hit you before I cover anyone in first class. Before I leave, she grabs me again and she goes, just, you know, more men should be like you. Yeah, what she doesn't know is all I'm thinking is, shit, I gotta start traveling with a special needs person. If they let you drink like this, I'm like, come on, Corgi, we're flying to London.
Oh
hey. So I get my drink, walk past all those selfish people in first class. Get to coach. I pull back the curtain and I was not prepared for what I saw.
Oh no.
It looked like a Waffle House at 4 a.m.
Oh.
Lord of the Flies, people, and it is all orchestrated by this special needs woman who is 6'5". She's a big bitch.
Oh my
She
God.
looks like Gronk's sister, flailing violently. And upon further inspection, I realized she has oven mitts duct taped to her goddamn hands. I handed Leanne the drink. I was like, enjoy your flight. There you go. Walked up to the flight attendant. I go, she didn't want to switch. What are you going to do?